right. Well, good morning. I'm trying to keep up with the number of episodes. Did somebody do a count on the number? Good morning again. Let me say that real quick. Let me start over.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot Eli's here today.
I showed up two episodes, well, 3 if you count the 2 that we did at the farmer's market.
Yes, so first of all, good morning, everybody. We'll make sure this is the Yes Way Jose program, and Eli is here. So can we write that down on the calendar?
Yeah,
Travis?
we will. We'll write it down as a special occasion.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's like a holiday.
I'm actually a
thing?
guest.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, good morning, Eli. Travis, glad to have you guys here. Again, another episode. We are really doing a lot of episodes, and a lot of reasons why might be we have some time in September we're all not going to be here, but we don't want you to be without listening to some of the things that were going on the program. So first of all, good morning. We got a great guest for you here, and we will bring her up in a minute. But I just want to bring up one thing that before we get started is the Heart the City program this week, and we had the Field of Grace here. And so Field of Grace, E.J. Lanham and his group, I mean, they're fantastic. I mean, the attitude of all these volunteers,
Yeah.
it was positive. I mean, we started Monday. They did landscape at the different schools. We built a Gaga ball court. So it officially is our outdoor Gaga ball court. Eli
finally has a home court.
You really have to stay focused. I mean, I know we got video going on right now, and right now I know you don't even know what you're doing over there.
I'm engineering your podcast.
Well, should we be concerned? Should
Yeah,
we be
probably.
concerned? It's going to be all blurred and things I can't hear the words out of it. Let's just pray for a moment here. Anyway, so Eli, we do have an actual official Gaga ball court in the park. We got to do a couple of things to it, but the actual structure's up there, so it's going to be fun. We got other things that we're doing. Great day in the park on Tuesday. Wednesday, they came out actually here at City Hall. We had a food drive, and it really kind of cool. What they did was, if you wanted prayer, they had it for you, but they really just wanted to let people have some food that might be, things are tough. School supplies, everything kind of gets tough on what you got for food, and it was a nice drive. Had probably a couple hundred people come through. It was really pretty cool here. And then Thursday in the park, and it was really, I cannot tell you, at 5 o'clock when we got there, I mean, they had all kinds of things. They were making cotton candy. I mean, they had all kinds of games for the kids. I mean, they probably had like a dozen games.
Cotton candy, nobody told me. I would have
See,
been
dude, you should have seen the line.
Yeah,
it was like
I bet.
about 50 people deep for that thing. And so EJ and his group, and they all had the red shirts on, and you could just see it. I mean, they were all just proud to be there, and I can't say enough. And then today, Friday, they're going to be here, just a appreciation for first responders. It's going to be really cool. So I got to tell you, hats off to their group, their personalities, the passion, the love they have, and it was all. I mean, it was symbolic of what they've been doing over the last few years here. So, and I can tell he's got a great congregation. I mean, it's like I think he's at 800 people
really?
come to service on Sundays.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what sizes are good, but 800 seems like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so good morning, everybody. I think the biggest thing is we try to make sure we bring on folks that you guys get to hear more about our partnerships with a lot of people. And I really love this lady's passion. So I'm going to tell Vicki, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mayor. How are you?
And we got to tell all of our new guests, you got to scoot up next to the microphone. And we say that on
There
a
you go.
podcast, so we don't even care what we say to you.
To be fair, that one was kind of our
No.
fault because it was like a mile away from you.
Again, what I heard was Eli.
Yeah, it was Eli's
did
fault.
not take care of stuff.
Yeah. I set that mic up, but it was Eli's
So
fault.
Yeah.
is there a benefit of having him here versus not having
You
him
know,
here?
it's
Seems
just kind
like
of
a comedic
he's in
relief.
training one of these days. And we're hoping that he can
to get through, get his
we
little
can take over.
certificate.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, but anyway, good morning, Vicki. Well, I want everybody to know. Most people know Vicki. If you don't know Vicki, I'm not sure where you've been most of your life in Bullock County.
Not
But-
Parquet Springs.
Not Parquet
Yeah.
Springs
Yeah.
Conference.
And
Center.
you said it right.
Right. Yeah. I've had to learn. I used to call it parakeet.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Yeah.
They still do. but
I taught him how to say it
You-
because Lily says it. She said it all the time.
it's
So
it's
I
the
knew,
same way.
yeah.
All right. Well, good morning, Miss Vicki. Glad
morning.
to have you on the show. And listen, I want first everybody. I just want Vicki to tell a little about herself, talk about Conference Center itself. It's a beautiful part of Bullock County. It's a great reflection of what we do. So good morning, and you've got the microphone. Give it a shot there.
Good morning. But first, I need to ask you, Mayor,
Hmm?
did you know that there's going to be an aquatic center over there by Parquet Springs Conference
Oh.
Center?
There it is. Yeah, he
no
mentions it every
way.
once in a while.
No way.
I've never heard about
Jose.
it.
I am very excited
Yes
about
way,
that. It's
Jose.
Yeah,
right.
yes way, Jose.
Yes,
I'm very
way.
excited about it. It's right over there by the conference center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is one of her passions. She's going to talk a little bit about. But just tell people a little bit about yourself. I mean, where you grew up and just how long you've been with Parquet Springs.
Well, I grew up right here in Bullock County. Been at Parquet Springs for 25 years.
25.
Yeah, you said you were there when it opened, right?
I was.
Yeah,
I
that's
was. Right after it opened the doors. I came up actually for a football banquet.
Oh, okay.
So I was very fortunate and met the general manager at that time, and he said, you know, these things take a lot of labor, and I still don't have labor here. And I was like, maybe I can work part-time for you. Let's work this out.
Yeah, right.
25 years later.
Yeah,
25 years
And
later,
it's
here
not
we are.
part-time.
It's not part-time anymore. No, absolutely not. So I grew up right here in Bullitt County. We were I wasn't transplanted, but the rest of my siblings went to Bullitt Central, North Bullitt. We've all been here our entire lives. But if you could say transplanted, my parents actually started because my dad was military right there at Fort Knox.
Oh, okay.
So
She's
here
an
we
Army
are.
brat.
Yeah.
I'm an Army brat. Yes, I am. Absolutely an Army
am
brat.
too.
Yes, he is too.
I was going to say, you're Fort Knox too. Yeah.
Yeah, sure is. So that's when I started at Parquet Springs. We get to do so many things at Parquet Springs at our community involvement. We now have a great partnership with the mayor, which is so exciting to me.
Great.
We didn't have that before. He's usually on.
You're
Great,
going to have to be
great.
careful because she's going to have to actually, she's going to break out in a rash.
That's an
after saying all
understatement.
these
That's
good things
understatement.
about the mayor.
Nice
Yeah.
Listen, listen.
Listen, Linda, you're not listening to me. Yeah. Go ahead, Miss Vicki. Go ahead. Tell us what you think.
I feel like the progress that we're making, the things that we're bringing in, we're going to have appeal to so many more people.
Yeah.
And it's already happening. The doors are busting wide open at Parquet Springs. It has been for years. A lot of people didn't know we were there, and we kept saying, we do not want to be Bullitt County's best kept secret.
Right, yeah.
And I certainly didn't want to be known as south of the other end of Kentucky.
Yeah.
I want us to have our own name, and that's happening now. It's
Right.
happening big time.
Well, I can tell you, just in our partnership, they do so many different events there, great venues for all kinds of things. I mean, obviously, you've expanded some construction things you've done. You'll talk a little about that. But the last couple of years, over 5 years now, how long has that extension been the new piece of the McDowell room and all
Well,
that?
it happened
That's
right in
awesome.
the middle of COVID.
Yeah,
If that
so
tells
4
you
years
anything.
ago,
We
yeah.
were building right there in the middle of COVID. Yes, we were. We do have a lot of events, and there was definitely a need for a breakout. We have that huge room in the back, and we would bring in 800 people, but they didn't have anywhere to break out. And the commission made the decision that we could expand that room, and that we could then we could divide it, and they would have places to host
Right.
these events because it's important if you're breaking out into conferences that you have a space for that.
Yeah.
And we've grown so much that we had to have a warehouse to keep all of our items in.
That's okay. Too.
That yes, absolutely, absolutely, because we include in our room rentals, we include all of those centerpieces and the linens
really?
and all those things
Oh,
in
I
our
didn't know
room
that.
rental.
When you come to these events, I mean, they do a gazillion events a year, and you should see the decorations.
Oh, yeah. I've been to
I
a
mean,
couple of them.
these
yeah.
are just amazing. I think the work that you and your staff do is really amazing, and the food's been great. I think you guys have been, again, we talked about the partnership, but I'm going to tell you this little story about Vicki, because I remember when I was campaigning, I actually, somebody said, if you're going to campaign, you need to get to know Vicki better. And I go, what? I got to do that? And then I'll tell you, it's a great story, because when we first started talking about the things, we both wanted better things for the community. She was all about that aquatic center. She was all about a whole lot better services for swimming. And we talked about a small city in another county. We will get into that. But she said, and I said, if they can have one, we can have one, right? We talked about that, Vicki. So we had that same passion. She has that passion as much as anything that I have about the aquatic center. She has the same passion for it. And it's exciting because that whole area is going to be what we call kind of an entertainment area. It's going to have all of the events at Parquet Springs. Then we're going to have some hotel accommodations, and we're working on full-service restaurants. So all of that's going to explode the next 5, 10, 20 years for Shepherdsville, and I'm excited for that, for all the people that live here, but for all the people who are going to come and see us.
Right.
So Parquet Springs has a lot to do that. And we've started working on something new. We do a Spooktacular, right, Miss Vicki? So I'm going to say it's really cool. Last year when she did it, she had like coffins and the way she laid it all out, the food was cool. It was really, my wife loved it. Yeah. And my wife likes her more than I do, but I just want to make sure, because it's all about Halloween.
And I like her more than I like him.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
let's just be completely
feeling's
fair about
mutual.
this.
Let's just get it on the table.
Yeah, the first lady is definitely more important. Let's
She's
be
just
honest.
a
about
lot
it.
nicer.
Is that what
than
they
me.
call him? The first lady? Is that what the
I
mayor's wife's called?
don't.
That's what I call her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
think
kind of and she's like, I'll stop it. You know,
Yeah.
Lynn's not the one
Yeah.
that's like
She's
going to
not.
be on here. He's not ever going to get her in this
No,
seat.
yeah,
I
she's
can
a lot
promise
more-
you
she's
that.
a lot more
She's
quiet
a lot
than
more
him.
quieter,
Yeah.
but she's awesome. She's the lady that you can see as part of our beautification,
Yep.
standing on the corners and weeding.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Right,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
So I'm like blowing the horn at her and taking pictures and putting them on Facebook, and she's like, "Oh, sister."
My wife can't even get me to do that in my house.
Yeah. Well,
We're not-
okay, that's not
I'm just,
surprising.
I'm just wanting to get you guys here on time so we can get a program.
I
going.
know
You
it.
I mean?
Yeah, we're trying.
All this road work. No.
Yeah. Uh-oh. That's got to be the mayor's fault. If it's on
Yeah.
Facebook, it's true.
Yeah, I thought it was the mayor's fault, but then apparently it's out of the city limits, so it's not his fault.
Well,
Okay.
It could still be my fault.
Okay, it's his fault then.
Yeah,
We all know you can blame anybody you want to anytime.
Yeah, I usually just blame Eli.
Yeah, so that,
I've already seen that. You know,
Yeah,
you
we
seem
all
to be the
blame-
one.
we
You seem to
all
be the
blame.
one.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
so one thing we did, Vicki, just to kind of, we always go sidebar here because that's what I do. I go
Yeah.
this way, I go this way, I go. It's kind
Makes it more fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really kind of interesting. So the Gaga Ball thing, people are like asking about the Gaga Ball thing. Like, is that really a thing? No, it's all made up. He is not the coach. They didn't go to Hawaii. They don't have 5-pound rings on their fingers for winning a championship.
He's not paying overaged players.
Breaking character.
Well, and the bearded guy, the guy driving the kids to practice, I'm still kind of questioning about that stuff. But so we have fun with that, and we want the show to be. We really want it to be humorous. We want to have fun like we do now. And I knew when you came on it was going to be fun because you're that person, and we have a great time together. But we do have the same drive. We have the same passion for the city. Our partnership with you is just going to continue to grow, and I really believe that the way you're doing things, people are going to get excited about what we do together. Because see, when everybody's working just by themselves, but now in the last couple of years, we're starting to see everybody kind of come together, coalesce. And that's what we're going to see over there with the Aquatic Center. But we're going to see more of that in the park. We're talking about the town square. But she's instrumental in that. The beautification thing is a lot of fun. We do an event for that to raise money. So we really have been working a lot together on keep going up that mountain when it comes to Shepherdsville. And I can't thank you enough. I think I'm going to break out in a rash for
I was
saying good
fixing to
things
say, wait a minute, we got to stop this. He's going to break out in a
Yeah,
rash.
I'm gonna
Is he-
break out
Are
in
you
a rash.
actually saying nice
about
things?
because it'll be actually recorded that I said it, so I can't refute it.
Yeah.
that I
We
did say
can cut it
something.
out.
I need you all.
We can edit.
I wouldn't suggest it.
I would no.
We'll
no.
bleep it. We'll just put a bleep.
We'll put a
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Yeah, we'll make it fun. But I do want to make sure that there's so much passion that she has with it. She's got a great group of people to do good stuff over there. But I want to make sure that people understand that when people talk about Shepherdsville, they got to understand it's a group effort. I know that, I'm the mayor. We talked about this. There's kind of that accolades, and then you get the blame too. But I do think we have a partner like you, Vicki, that does that kind of stuff. But we talked about the Spooktacular. It's a great Halloween. It's our second adult Halloween party. The money's raised for schools to help these kids get lunch. I mean, really, we're at this point that, the high schools do not have the same program. And I'm just confused here. So these kids get older, but their financial situation doesn't change, but we don't give them lunch.
Oh, is
at
that
high
how
school
that
level.
works?
Yeah, because most of the middle schools and elementary schools have funding for these kids. But when you get to high school, you're on your own.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not, again, I'm kind of a little bit in jest. I'm not picking on the school system. I just don't know where the federal money comes into this play. So this Spooktacular thing is really a lot of fun. My wife loves Halloween, and if I could do anything for my wife, I would do that because she loves it. And
Yes, she does.
it's a great time for it. We're going to have that, but we also have the Light Up Shepherdsville coming up.
We do. That's a huge event.
It's a big event.
Yeah, Light Up Shepherdsville. I always said that I wanted to see us make sure that Buckman Street lit up at Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
And we did a very small attempt at that. And then the next year, the mayor came in and said, hey, I'm going to let Amber do this. Now, I won't say that as he left my office, I was, go, Amber, go.
That was a dance. What you just saw there was a dance. We do not want to see that at the Spooktacular because that could be scary.
Good thing we have
Yeah. I thought maybe it was a nervous problem.
There's nothing any scarier than you dancing, Mayor.
Oh, I can dance. I
Listen,
can't
here we
sing.
go. Here
He
we go.
claims he can
Yeah.
dance.
I
yeah.
can dance.
I want to
Yeah.
see it.
Have you heard
gotta
the
be
song? You think you can dance? Yeah.
Bring it on. I'm telling you right now. I've got my Love Peace chicken grease shirt on since
He
we got
does.
video.
He
He
starts
does.
dancing, it'll come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
So
Well, I don't. That's that visual. That's not a visual on a Friday morning. That's a no. It's about a ho no.
yeah.
But anyway, so we have to Light Up Shepherdsville. It's going to
Yeah.
be another great event for us. It's really cool. 40 some odd floats.
It was crazy last year. The turnout, everything that we're doing in this community and in this county now is blowing wide open,
Yeah.
which is so exciting to me.
Yeah.
The streets were more lined. We'd had booths the year before, and we had more people, so we never anticipated what would happen.
Right.
Last year,
Great turnout.
great turnout, great floats. There is a little bit of a competition there.
Oh, I got to talk about the scandal.
Oh.
The scandal has not been resolved from last year.
Uh-oh.
There was no scandal.
So let me just let the audience hear, and then they can make the decision based on facts, not feelings or opinions. We've talked about that before. Feelings and opinions are important, but they're not facts.
The facts are.
So
it
the
was
facts
the
are.
best.
So there's a scandal between her and Courtney Burton,
Uh-oh.
and she has filed a complaint with the board, which is me.
Which is considered a sore loser.
No, so Courtney Burton had a great float. It was the Christmas story.
Oh, okay,
They had,
yeah, yeah.
They had the leg lamp and all that. It was great.
It was
And
beautiful.
It was really good. But anyway, so before I tell her what Vicki's float was because she won. It was an awesome idea. Anyway, so this year we have a board now. We're going to have a board of about 5 people, judges. They said I can't do it by myself this year.
That's probably fair.
Hey.
I mean,
Okay, what's the name of the
you want to have more than one judge.
What? Because Courtney couldn't figure out that she needed to appeal to the right people to win the contest. Is that what it
She
is?
appealed to me. So anyway, so just for everybody to know, if you weren't there at the lineup Shepherdsville last year, Vicki had this awesome float. She had a float that was replica of the construction of the aquatic center.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And
Well,
smart.
we had
Yeah.
police snowmen,
Yes.
we had firemen snowmen,
It was
we had the
great.
mayor,
It was great.
in Santa Claus,
I
outfits.
had to vote for that.
We
Yeah.
had
Yeah, I mean,
we had
Sorry, Courtney.
penguins that were swimming.
She,
yeah,
she
we
knew
had
her,
it going.
she knew her audience. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah. Oh, she,
And let me tell you, I have a staff that
yeah.
are so creative. So yeah,
It was cool.
I
It was
think
really
Courtney,
cool.
when she came down and seen the float, said that I was cheating.
I think she did. I think she was already complaining before the judging began. And,
Yes.
And I got to tell you, that was the first time I got a chance to really meet the Field of Grace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had their float.
Oh, yeah,
and
you said they had a float, yeah.
It was really cool. And I was trying to get their scoop on their float. They said, EJ said it or everything. We're not telling you.
Top secret.
Top secret stuff.
Yeah.
But it's going to be fun. So we have all these events. Vicki, you've always been very supportive of things in the community. I think it's now being elevated to a level that people really do see your passion. I mean, I know you've always had it. You can't miss it. I'm just throwing that out there. No, she does. She's very passionate about what she does in this community, and I've gotten to learn that. We knew each other for a while back, but I think in these years that we've been, it's only getting better because we want the same things. When you want the same things in this community, it's really easy to get along, even with 2 headstrong personalities like me and Vicki.
Exactly.
But it's great. But I think it's fun. It's been fun, and we have a good time with it. I think that when you see what's going to happen next year, we've got we talked about that already, the Vietnam Veteran Parade
Yeah.
that's going to be in March.
Yep.
And the wall was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
So a lot of good things going on. I like I said, this has been a great week for EJ and the Field of Grace, and there's been other good things that are going on. We got other people doing great stuff. We've got Jenny with the turnaround, things that we're trying to do in our services in our community. We're going to keep doing this stuff. But I think for Vicki, I think it's going to be said that somewhere along the line, and our partnership has got more going on here. Obviously, things we can't disclose, but we keep looking at building that relationship with not only you but other agencies in the community. We want to keep working with economic development. We want to keep working with all of our businesses because all of this is going to better this community. And so, for everybody listening, when we talk about this show, we always say, "Hey, tell us what you think." Well, you got to listen. You got to listen and watch the show. Maybe if you don't want to see me, then just turn it off and just listen.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
But we want to make sure people do know that right now it's a great time to be part of Shepherdsville. And we want you to make sure that you have that kind of, if you've got that kind of contagion in you, you're going to do well because this is what's going to happen in the next 5, 10, 20 years. And we're all going to be a part of this.
Yeah.
You know, obviously with this podcast, we're trying to educate people. Vicki, the reason why we did this podcast is we wanted people to hear the things that you're talking about, things that you've been working on. They know you, but maybe some people don't know about Parquet Springs. Well, let's get them involved and see what you do. I mean, you do weddings. You got all kinds of different events that you do there.
We do.
You got rooms, too. You got rooms that you can rent out.
Yeah, we got all kinds of rooms that we can rent out. But I'm going to say, as the mayor's going on about this, about our relationship, some of the things that I'm most passionate about, and that's one of the reasons that I'm most passionate about the aquatic center that was coming in there. Not only did I not like what I had to look out and see every day, because that was the vision when we brought all these thousands of people into Parquet Springs, but even seeing it cleared out, I mean, Heath says I can't dance. I was dancing when I saw that area cleared out.
You can call whatever you want as long as she's happy.
Yeah, as long as I was happy. I was so happy to see it. And I had pushed and talked about that for years, along with some other very integral parts in that, which is Lou Ann Moore. She's always been very passionate about it. Wonderful, wonderful person with a vision for our county. A lot of people know Lou. But I always said as a kid, when I went down the road and I would see the slides, the water slides, it didn't matter where we were going. I wanted to stop at those water slides. I wanted, and I think that our children are our future.
I do.
And he knows I've always been very passionate about this. So many things that we offer, that we dive into over at Parquet Springs, involve the children of our community.
Yeah, they've got a Christmas program. The train.
The train rides. We actually have a train that runs through the venue. They sit on Santa's lap.
Oh, really?
We set up the front room.
I did.
We got.
I sat on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we had to let him on the train too. If you all had seen the fit he threw throwing himself in the floor.
Yes.
Before
I
we
was-
finally said, "Okay, Mayor, just go on, get it
Yeah,
over with."
I will get my way.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
care
yeah.
what aisle
Yeah.
7 there's a kid acting up. That's the mayor, right? Yeah. Okay.
That was him. That was him.
That was me.
So we have a great night. We have a great Grinch that night. When I tell you that I have a phenomenal staff, they are all in. They are all in. We get to go over to the Legion Post. We get to do a trunk or treat. But speaking of trunk or treat,
Oh, yeah.
the Halloween
Yeah,
that
that's
we do
coming
as a
up,
party,
yeah.
but the trunk or treat, the fire department's now partnered with us, and they
Oh,
come
that's
over,
awesome.
and
Yeah.
they've been doing the trunk or treat right there in the venue, and it seems like there's a very good flow of traffic. It's a little spooky for some, but not too much.
too-
It's a lot of
no,
fun
it's
there. You got to have
Okay.
some fun with it.
Yeah.
Hey.
So-
did Eli just
A
jump
little
in here?
spooky for him.
Yeah, it's a little spooky for him.
Just for the first 5 minutes until they held my hand. I was
Yeah.
fine working with.
Yeah, and then we do the train at Christmas. We do the elections. Everybody that comes in,
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, I've been over there for an election."
Yeah.
So we are partnered with Kevin. We tell Kevin, "Okay, Kevin, let's work together on this."
It's a great accommodation
It's-
for him.
It is, and it keeps. It's so big. That back room is 12,000 square feet. That
Yeah,
is
I haven't
so
been to the
big.
back room
and
yet, but I've seen
The
the
Salt
door.
River
I've
room?
seen the doors open, and there was something going on in there.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
always
I've been
something
there.
going on in there. Yeah, most of the
Actually,
time.
a couple times.
You've been in.
Yeah, I've been in there a couple times. It is big.
Yeah,
It's
it's a big room.
great accommodations, and they've added more to it. We're going to keep things are going to continue back there. There's going to be more development back there. Obviously, that can't be discussed today, but it's more about when these things happen. It's just going to elevate what's going on in that whole area. It's going to be a destination point for a lot of things. The one thing that she didn't bring up, one thing that the fundraiser that she does for beautification,
Yeah.
the highlight of that.
Isn't there a Facebook group for that? There's a Facebook
Yes,
group.
there is.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
correct.
Yeah,
I was
but
about
in-
to say.
Yeah, but when we have that, the most important thing goes on. Put a pie in my face.
Well, that's what
I
he
saw
thinks
that.
the most
Yeah,
important
I
thing
saw
is.
that.
I
which-
think that
That's
I
for
don't-
you and
I don't.
your people that decided to shove whipped cream up my nose. I think it got
I'm
up
going
in
to tell
my
you.
brain.
I'm going to tell you. I have learned one thing. Every year that he gets pied, he loves every minute of it, but he has to whine about it for 6 months.
Absolutely.
You know what
Absolutely.
they do?
And I'm ready for the next time. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Where I
What's
work,
it gonna be?
where I work at Ford, when you get your 90 days in and you become like not a temp anymore, they pie you in the face with
Oh,
shaving
that's cool.
cream.
See,
Shaving?
Yeah,
shaving
well,
cream.
I, think,
bet that would burn worse than whipped cream.
Well, they
Oh,
said they
yeah.
used to do a whipped cream, but the problem was it was hot in there, so like the guys would get pied and then it would spoil throughout the day. Like they'd start stinking. Yeah, so they started
Ew.
using shaving cream.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a little different perspective in the middle of our podcast here. This is not actually part of the
It's that
podcast.
forward life.
Yeah, yeah.
The
I just getting pied in the face. That's I have experience.
Yeah. So, so again, with everything going on here, I just want to tell you, first of all, we know that we're going to do big things. Okay, we know because we're on our way to
absolutely.
get started. And for those folks that I get it. Some folks we were talking always about change, right? Because but change is coming because we have change coming for the folks that are living here and the folks that are coming here. And so we've got to be able to understand that and make those things accommodations happen here. Because like I tell everybody, we don't want you leaving here any more than you have to. We want everything to be here. If you got a nice aquatic center, you've got a beautiful park, you got an amphitheater out there, all-inclusive playground, you got all those things going on, town square. I will tell you, when we get a chance, it'll probably be next year, light up Shepherdsville next year's Christmas, 25. It's going to be cool because it's going to be right there. We're going to light it up there. We're going to light up that area as well as the other part of the Christmas tree and all that fun stuff. So it's going to be a good time for us. Vicki, I cannot tell you. You're going to do this again, just so you know. It's like an annual thing. Come back and harass me. I mean, be on the show. I'm sorry. I got a little confused there. Those two things kind of happen.
Slip of the tongue.
Well, no, I think they actually happen. It's actually being harassed and being on the show.
Yeah.
So, but no, Vicki's a lot of fun. Vicki's one of those personalities you bring out there, and it's like, okay, how's it going to be today? It's going to be just like it was on this podcast. We're like this every day, and we have a
All
lot
the
of fun
time.
with it. Yep, and I love what you do. I love your heart. I think you've always been. It's funny when you say that you're about the community. It's another thing when you do it.
Right.
And Vicki's done it, and she's going to continue to do it for another 20 years. That's funny.
Nope.
Yeah, see, I knew I'd get her for that. We've got a clock now that actually
Yeah.
when she's leaving. No, but actually she has the time that she has planned, and I hope that she finds the person with the same passion that she has. But nobody's going to say she's leaving tomorrow, so don't listen to the podcast and think
It's
Vicki's
the
going away.
day after tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding.
It's actually 2 weeks. We're giving her 2 weeks notice.
Yeah.
See, he got it.
No,
Eli
no.
got it.
1
Eli.
week. It's 1 week, 6 days, 24 or 23 hours.
Yeah,
That's,
so
yeah.
is that what it is? Okay,
That's what
great.
you have to say.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, she's got it
a
all
little bit
covered.
longer than that.
She's got a good team, and I hope that whoever comes in does that. But we just need more people with passion, and I think we've got a good group to start with, but we want to keep adding to this group. but what you do at Parquet Springs and the conference center is a great partner for the city. She was right. Our partnership is really getting to a point now that we're talking weekly what we can work on. The beautification is a big part of that. And that beautification piece will come more into play as that development comes along, because we're still waiting for, you've got to move utilities, we've got to move lights and figure all that out down there. But it's going to look nice when it gets done. So a lot of things moving, a lot of moving pieces, but I got to tell you, I'll take Vicki on my team and my Gaga ball team.
Yeah.
I would take her on my Gaga ball team. She's pretty feisty, and I put her in that pit bull. I'd say she could be rough in there. She'd give you the look first. That'd scare you first. Just give you that kind of look. But anyway, so Vicki, first of all, I don't know what else you'd like to add, but I really appreciate you being on the show. I think there's a big thing for us is just keeping the people that are shakers and movers, and
Absolutely.
You're part of that club. So.
That's so important, because I do, in my opinion, and my opinion is exactly my opinion, but I'm free to give it.
Oh, yeah, and she does give it.
Sometimes.
All the time.
We, as a community, Buckman Street, everything around us was sitting stagnant for several years.
Yeah.
And we needed visions. And the mayor came in with a vision. Not everybody embraces that, but I embrace a better community for our children, a better community for our adults. Yes, I know there are things that come along with that. That's not always comfortable.
Yeah.
You're always going to get those people that are very upset over the traffic, but a lot of that's completely out of the city council and the mayor's control.
Yeah.
And I just think that should be recognized, because as I sat back and I seen nothing happen, and there were so many things being talked about, and people are like, slow down, slow down, slow down. You can't slow down when you had zero momentum for years.
Right. Yeah.
Now we've got the momentum.
That's negative.
It's a negative.
Yeah.
It was a negative zero.
Yeah,
okay. Right.
Yeah.
And when he would come in my office, I would say, "You're telling me what you're going to do. I want to see it happen." And I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing. And as far as Parquet Springs Conference Center, I have an awesome commission.
You do. You have a good commission. They really support
They support everything that we want to participate in, the county, the community, the city. They're very much, the mayor's got the sign right out back, City of Hillview.
Yep.
We want Bullitt County to be on the map. We don't want to be Southern.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
Okay.
No,
Southern that other county.
Don't you say it.
yeah, don't say it. Don't say it.
Do not say that to me.
May or may not be named after one of our presidents.
This may not be one of our best episodes if you say it in front of her. Don't do that. Just say no.
Do you want to tell people where they can go to, get a hold of you? In the conference center?
Absolutely. It's www.parquet, PAROQUET, springs.org. And just so, let me throw this out there really quick too, because you can always cut this out if you want to, Mr. Talkative over there. We were actually, our name was derived from parakeets.
Oh, was it?
Because there were hot springs everywhere here in Bullitt County.
Yeah.
Just have to throw this out there. And if you ever come over, we have just finished the history of Parquet Springs. And there is a replica that was donated to us of the inn that was kept there, because the railroads came through here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's there where Jesse bought the property at auction. It's there. We've got all of our pictures up. We're very excited about that. But it was derived from parakeet, but it's Parquet. Parquet Springs, P-A-I-R. Oket.
Yeah, so since you brought out an email, do we have an email for this podcast?
That's yeswayjosemail@gmail.com.
But
Nailed it.
they nailed it.
There you go. They know it.
So they've been practicing. They practice like about 30 minutes before they come to the show, so they're ready.
Is that why they were late?
30 minutes before bed.
Yeah.
Is that why?
30 minutes before bed.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that why you were late getting here this morning?
That's what it was.
All right,
Okay.
but should that be on the podcast that you guys were late today? Oh, we just said it again.
That's okay. We usually say
don't
that
mind.
Eli's late.
Yeah.
It's Eli.
Usually I'm early and Eli's late.
You're lucky if I'm here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. But
I've
listen,
been doing good recently.
I want to say first of all, and also part of that we're gonna do the other half of it. We got tourism part of that too that we haven't talked about, but it's great. Also another great partner of us. So we'll bring another another guest.
Yeah.
But anyway, Vicki,
You're going to stop calling them victims. They'll stop coming on.
You think? I don't know. I think if they keep some jesting about it, keep a good attitude, I
I'm
think we
just
can make it
kidding.
work. Nah, it's all good. Hey, Vicki, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And I think you do a wonderful job in the community. I think it's nice about it is it's being more exposed to the kind of passion you have for what you want. But it all started with having a nice aquatic center for our folks. I mean, seriously, this is where our bond really started connecting a lot. So I appreciate all that you do there. And anytime, you're more than welcome. Anytime to come on the show, harass me, throw whipped cream at me, whatever they need to do here. So
All
That
the
would be
things that
good.
need
That
to
would be a
happen.
good episode. Yeah.
Hey, you let me know what
Yeah.
you need lined
and
up.
this
We'll take care of
corner,
that.
in this corner,
If you ever one day you come in and you're sitting in that chair, it's
yeah.
probably because somebody's coming in.
Oh, just let me know.
Yeah. She'll make it work. It's a lot of
I'll
fun.
make it
We
work.
do a lot of fun stuff, and we have I got a lot of great events coming up. So with that said, we always end our show with what's on my shirt. Love, peace, chicken grease. And you've heard me say that a number of times.
Have I heard him say that?
He says it quite often.
Yes.
He does?
Never heard it.
Okay,
I don't.
Never
I
heard
don't
it?
know that I've ever heard that.
So well, let's just do this because we've had a great show. Again, thank you, Vicki, for being on here. It's a great partner. We look for a great future for Shepherdsville and the surrounding communities. We're going to say goodbye. Travis, Eli, thank you for being here again. Eli, we're always just grateful that you show up.
Right, yeah.
Yes, we are very grateful. Anyway, so when we say goodbye, 1, 2, 3, it's going to be love, peace, chicken grease. Okay, we're practicing. Now you ready to go?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3.
You got to do
Love, peace, chicken grease. All right. Thank you very much, Miss Vicki.